We are going to take a look at drive time from the standpoint of compensation for hourly employees and non-exempt salaried employees. If exempt salaried employees choose to track their drive time for their own edification, they may do so and should follow these same guidelines. All rules regarding drive time are detailed in your employee manual, and in the case of the most current version at the time of this recording, it is in section 4.2. Throughout this brief presentation, I'm going to reference this flowchart as a visual aid as well as a map on which I will be drawing. Let's get started. We'll first take a look at scenario A, just going from your home to BIPS office or one client for the day, one stop. So we have home, the commute, the work location, the commute, and back home. As I mentioned, for scenario A, the staff member has a simple day. They start at home, and then they commute to a work location. In this case, it is the office. And then at the end of the day, they commute back from the office to their home. In scenario A, both directions of the commute are considered non-compensable. That is non-payable drive time. This is considered to be part of the normal and expected commute for work. There is no correlation to distance from your home. If the first work location for the day is 10 minutes away or 1 hour away, the first drive is not compensable. Same goes for the return home. In scenario B, the staff member has 2 work stops for the day. This may be more typical of an employee who provides services to more than one client. In this scenario, the staff member leaves home and drives to the first location for BIPS. The first location can be a client home or can be in our office or a client's school. In this demonstration, I'll use the office as the first stop. So just like in the prior scenario, they drive to the office. As in scenario A and all drive time scenarios, this first drive is non-compensable. After performing work in the office, the staff member leaves and drives to another work location. In the demonstration, in this case, we'll use a client home. So they leave the office and they drive to a client home. The drive time from the office to the client home is compensable and should be logged on your timesheet for client number 2 in the drive time section of your timesheet. After leaving that client, the employee drives home, and that drive time from the client's home to the employee's home is non-compensable. In scenario C, the employee has a slightly more complicated day. Here, the employee goes from home to work, then a personal appointment, and then to work, and then home. As with all scenarios, the first route for work is non-compensable. So in this case, they drive from home, again, to the office, and that drive is non-compensable. After leaving the office, the employee drives to a personal appointment, such as school, other personal appointment, grocery shopping, etc. In this case, we'll just pretend that the employee drives to school in Queens. This commute, for personal reasons, is non-compensable. After the personal appointment, the employee drives to another BIPS location for work, in this case, another client home. This drive to the next client home is also non-compensable. Why? Because there was a personal stop in between work appointments. After this second work location, the employee then goes home. Once again, this drive home is non-compensable. Drive time compensation for work only occurs during a continuous workday without personal appointments or large gaps of time for personal use in between. Let's reevaluate scenario C for a way to get the drive time compensable. We're going to use the same stops, office, school, and client, but just a different order: office, client, school. In this case, the drive to work is non-compensable. But the drive time from the office to the client's home is compensable. At this point, leaving the client's home essentially ends the workday out in the field for the employee, and the employee goes to school, and then from school, that employee goes home. Both of those drives are non-compensable as they relate to personal use. So how is the drive time logged? You are not to create an appointment in your schedule for drive time. It is logged on conversion of your timesheet by adjusting the drive time in the timesheet. First, I'm going to click my first appointment and convert that into a timesheet. So I came into the office, I did some administrative tasks from 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock. Everything is normal, and out of view of the recorder here, I'm going to click Submit to convert my timesheet. Now I left the office at 10 a.m. and I go to my client in their home at 10:30. Once I've completed my session and I'm converting this appointment into a timesheet, I go and I do my conversion like I would normally. I can make any adjustments I need to as to the end time. If I ended a little bit later, I can adjust that there. Now you can see here it says drive info. Now this is how long it took me to get from my first work appointment to this work appointment. If it took me 30 minutes, I would change this actually in the minutes section to 30 minutes and then make any notes I need to make in my timesheet, including my case notes. Afterwards, I hit my submit button on my timesheet to submit that timesheet. Now, when I go to my timesheets and I look at today's view, I can see two appointments that were converted from appointments into timesheets. 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock, and then 10:30 to 11:45. If I go over here, I see one was in the office and one was at the home for an hour and then an hour and a quarter. However, what's different here, as you can see, is the drive time that is now logged. For the second appointment of the day, we can see that half an hour of drive time has been logged. The first appointment has no drive time logged. And you can see now my hours include 2.25 hours of work, as well as a half an hour of drive time. If I was an hourly employee, this drive time rate would also multiply, and in my total work amount, I would see 2.75 hours of work cumulative in my timesheets. If you have any questions regarding timesheets and drive time and the proper use, please contact the office manager to schedule a review of your questions. Thank you.